All right. If you are seeing this, then you have either logged into the assignment page for your test, or this video was linked in one of my announcements for the review. This is a video explaining how to take one of my midterms or finals, and it is used by multiple classes. A couple things to remember. The test is on a dedicated day and time. So, for example, the first test for this semester is a Tuesday class I teach, and it's from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Um, please make every effort to put yourself in a situation where you have accessible Wi-Fi, where you have all that, the ability to get on the internet and so forth. This has been in the syllabus for all my classes from the first day. I have been advertising and telling you when test day and time is. So this is, and I put in the announcements prior to this. So just make sure that you're on your assigned test day. So this video, it will be used for multiple classes. So I just use my Tuesday class as an example. Check your own times. I repeat, check your own times. All right, so let's show you how to do the test. It's really easy. Let's see, share screen. And I'm going to use an example from um, a fake class that we create in our what we call our sandbox. Now, this is what the test will look like. A couple things first. This is how you're going to actually see your test before it actually happens. So this right here, this testing here, I use an example. Disregard it, because right now, if you're seeing this video, this is usually you're usually going to be watching this before the actual test day. You won't see your actual test on until the day it's posted. And what I do is right before the test starts, I go in and I edit it, and I put the test on the assignment page. It's real easy. Okay, so let's go down to verify things. So for example, I'm using my Tuesday class. So the test is due, you have to submit it by the end of the test time, which is from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. You see this here, October 13th. Again, this video is used for any of my classes. So you got to check your time and date. It's in the syllabus. All right. And these assignment pages are up for you. Okay. So be aware of that. Another thing, so let's go over the directions on how to do it, okay? Test is time. The date and times are posted below on the assignment page. I've also put it in announcements. I've also said it in class. You have 1 hour to complete the test. Now let's talk about a time test and why I use it. There's lots of ways for me to do this test. One of them is using where you have to be on camera the whole time. From day one, I have stated that I create these courses and I always think about students who don't have the every possible, perfect internet, perfect Wi-Fi, perfect computer situation. I don't have a perfect computer situation. So, the thing is, you need to be aware that I just want to let you know why I do it this way. There's a lot of different classes. This is not a long test, so I don't need you to be on it for a long period of time. I don't have to give you a test to take home and then you turn it in later. I time the test by how long it would take me and then plus student time. Um, but I use a time test because I want students to read the materials and do the work and not do anything. And just when the test comes out, you have a day or two to turn it in. I don't do that. I don't want you to do that. You need to be reading this material. You need all the stuff is posted in discussions and pages. You need to do that. If you wait and do nothing until the day of the test, it's going to take you forever to look up the answers. All right. So look over the materials, go to the test review that we do before the test. And that way you have a better understanding. Don't wait and don't do anything until the test. Okay. Okay. Let's finish the reading of this. Test will appear during the times posted. Students should use a separate piece of paper to write your answers. That's pretty, line paper. Give each answer its own line. When completed, you can submit your answers through text entry or file download. File download, yes, you can type it in a Word doc or Google Doc, but the example I use is a clear, readable image of the paper you use, all right? I highly recommend typing answers out in text entry. I recommend this for two reasons. One, it's easier for me to read as your test grader. And two, you make sure you're double checking, make sure you didn't skip any answers, okay? Uh, Skip any questions. Both methods answers should be numbered with the letter answer. I need to say this because I've done this type of test before, and I always have students who want to give the number and then the answer, write out the answer, but they don't give me the letter. All right, don't do that. That annoys me, and I'm being honest with you. It annoys anybody else who has to do this type of stuff. All right, don't, just make it easy for me and for you. You just write the number of the question and then the letter answer, A, B, C, or D. Give each answer its own line. All right. That's all you have to do. You don't have to write out the answer. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You just let the number and the letter answer for your answer, right? And don't do A, B, C, D and then circle your answer. Don't do that. Just let the number and then the letter your answer, okay? And so here's an example of what a test question would be. Again, I don't. I This is going to be used for multiple questions, so you'll just see right now if you go to your test, and if it's not the time, you're not going to see the questions. So I edit it, it posts it up, and it's just going to be a simple test. You go down the line, and it's number one, A, B, C, D with the answers and so forth, and you just keep scrolling down. You go through it, write your answers on a separate piece of paper, and before the test time ends, you just type. You either type in or you take an image and you do the file. I give you enough time to take the test, which my test can run from anywhere from 25 to 40 questions usually. If I go over 40, you would have longer test times. You have plenty of, with the 1 hour test, actually, it's like 25 to 35 questions, 36 questions. So you have plenty of time to answer the questions, write it out, and turn it in. All right. So don't stress, don't worry about it. Okay. Just get through it. You have an hour or so forth. All right. I might even add more time just to be on the safe side for downloads. Okay. If there's any questions, so forth, you can contact me through Canvas, or you can save the questions for the midterm review, midterm or final review. All right. Have a good one. And again, do not stress out. It's actually pretty easy. Oh, by the way, the submit button would be up here somewhere, just like any one of your other assignments. Let's see. And